I spent decades fixing my sister's messes. Then I found out she was getting married, and I wasn't invited. My name is Deborah, and I've spent my whole life cleaning up everyone else's messes, paying their debts, covering their mistakes, and putting their needs before my own, until now. I sink into my favorite leather armchair, kicking off my worn work boots and wiggling my toes. The renovation of the Whitaker estate consumed every hour of my life, decaying floorboards, crumbling plaster, and a century-old staircase that seemed to resist my every step. My muscles ache in the satisfying way only hard, purposeful work can bring. My phone vibrates on the coffee table. I ignore it at first, reaching for the glass of Merlot I poured 10 minutes ago. The wine catches the last orange streaks of sunset through my tall windows, gleaming like liquid fire. The phone buzzes again, and again. I pick it up and scroll through notifications, swiping past emails from contractors and clients. Then I stop. A photo of my sister, Elise, draped in white satin, her face radiant beneath a delicate veil. The caption reads, "Final fitting for the big day." Elise and Nathan. Forever after, my breath catches. Wedding. What wedding? I swipe frantically through my feed. Photos of bridesmaids in flowing dresses, Aunt Lorraine arranging floral displays, my mother holding embossed invitations. Invitations I never received. My chest tightens. I click the latest post. Comments overflow. Can't wait to celebrate with you. The venue looks breathtaking. So honored to be part of your special day. 57 names I recognize, all family and friends, all invited. Everyone but me. The phone rings. My mother's name flashes. Marianne Foster. Perfect timing. I answer. Marianne, I say. Lila, darling. Her voice comes, sweet and measured. I was just thinking about you. How's work? I clench my free hand into a fist. Work is fine, I just saw Elise's wedding photos on Instagram. A pause. Then her carefully polished tone. Oh, I was going to call you about that. Your wedding? My voice rises despite myself. Why wasn't I invited? She sighs, the note of disapproval I know so well creeping in. Don't make this about you. You know Elise is sensitive. She thought. You wouldn't make the time. I step to the window, looking out at the Denver skyline. So you all just decided to exclude me? Nathan thinks family is important, Mom says almost proudly. You know how things have been. My throat tightens. After co-signing Elise's cafe loan, after covering for her mistakes, after taking the brunt of every family emergency, this is my thanks. Single motherhood isn't easy, Lila, Mom whispers, her voice soft but sharp. I press my forehead to the cool glass. Old memories surface. Elise at 10, shattering Grandma's vase, me taking the blame. Elise at 17, sneaking out, me covering for her. And me at 16 announcing my scholarship only for Mom to say, "Of course you got it. You're the responsible one." Always the responsible one. Always. I haven't been forgotten, I murmur. I've been erased. Now you're being dramatic, she replies. I hang up, staring at the phone. The screen floods with more images. Elise twirling in her dress, Nathan and his groomsmen sampling cakes, Mom smiling beside them. My absence screams louder than any words. Something shifts in me. Not anger, not sorrow, but a cool certainty. I won't fix what they've broken this time. Methodically, I open Instagram and unfollow my sister, then my mother, then my father. Each tap feels like setting down a weight I've carried for decades. Darkness fills the room as the last light fades, and for the first time I feel free. 3 days later, I pull into the driveway of my parents' Victorian home in Boulder. The house stands proudly, its gingerbread trim and stained glass familiar as my own reflection. My father's hunched form appears in the garage doorway, wiping grease from his hands, eyes flicking to me with something like caution. Mom's inside, he mutters. The screen door creaks as I enter. The smell of cinnamon and coffee clings to the air. Mom appears, her face a mask of concern. Lila, darling, coffee? I don't want coffee. I want to know why I wasn't invited to Elise's wedding. Her practiced smile falters and reforms. It's complicated. You've been so busy with your career. Busy? I cut her off. That's not a reason. She sets 2 mugs on the counter. Nathan has a good job in engineering. He can provide stability. And you've always been independent. I take a slow step closer. And so I'm irrelevant? Because I asked questions when Elise introduced him after 3 weeks? Dad finally speaks, voice low. After Eric left 4 years ago. After I co-signed her failed cafe loan. After I paid it back. After I babysat while she pursued whatever she wanted. And now I'm supposed to just vanish? Mom's eyes well with tears she's practiced for decades. You've always been the responsible one. The words feel like acid. I turn toward the door, exhausted. I'm done being the family safety net. 20 minutes later, I sit in my sanctuary at Copper Kettle. Jenna, my longtime friend, slides into the booth opposite me with a latte. That bad, huh? She asks. Worse, I admit. She reaches into her bag and hands me her phone. Photos from last night at a downtown lounge. Nathan, arms around a blonde woman, laughing, lips pressed against her neck. When was this taken? I ask quietly. Last night. Around 11, she says. The old instinct to intervene stirs in me, but I stop it. I've spent years fixing Elise's messes. Not this time. Let the truth expose itself, I murmur. I sip my coffee, the calm in action oddly satisfying. 3 weeks pass. The big day arrives at the Whitaker estate. From my window, I watch the news feed. Elise screams, her dress crushed in her fists as Nathan strikes her across the face. Guests gasp. Security intervenes. The anchor reports assault charges. I snap my phone off, tossing it aside. Part of me feels sick vindication. Another part is genuinely concerned. At 11:47 p.m., Mom calls, sobbing. Lila, your sister's hurt. Please come, I close my eyes. I could rush to her side, fix it, absorb her pain. But I stop. This time I stay home. She needed Travis, I whisper, correcting her. What she needed from me was absence. The next evening, Jenna brings takeout. We eat quietly. Marcus, my colleague, texts. Saw the footage. You okay? I reply, better than expected. Some families only value you when they need something fixed. The following night, a knock at my door. My father, soaked in rain, stands there, desperate. It's the house, he says. The bank is threatening foreclosure. I freeze. 4 years of monthly payments, $82,000. Funneled not into the mortgage, but into a home equity line of credit to cover Elise's expenses. Nathan's requirements. Legal fees, her mortgage, all of it. My money. I grab my camera, photographing the documents with steady hands. Bank statements. Security footage, signatures, proof, fraud. They never meant, Dad starts. Yes, they did, I cut in. They just never expected to get caught. A text pings from Marcus with contacts in mortgage fraud investigations. There's roughly $70,000 left on the HELOC. I begin documenting everything meticulously. This is not vengeance, it's accountability. Later, Aunt Lorraine arrives, the one family member who never played favorites. She watches silently as I lay out stacks of papers, photographs, and bank statements. Mom, Dad, and Elise arrive soon after. Come in, I say, voice steady. They settle around the table. Silence stretches. For 4 years, you took $82,000 from me under false pretenses, I say. You used my trust and my money to fund Elise's life, not the home you claimed needed repairs. Elise trembles. I didn't know, Lila. Mom tries to defend herself. It was just a refinance. No, I reply. It was fraud, and family doesn't steal from family. Dad finally steps forward. If you want the house, we'll sign it over. I don't want the house, I say. I want this to end. 2 weeks later, at the title company, the documents are signed. The side lot transfers to me, to be sold to recover what was lost. No speeches, no recriminations, only truth. When Elise arrives to make amends, I place her grandfather's pocket watch on the table, the one heirloom neither of us received. You'll need this more than I will, I say. she nods. I'll repay you. Every cent. You take care of your kids. Stand on your own feet, I reply. An hour later, she leaves. No hugs, no promises. Just a shift, a reset in the rhythm of our lives. I sit on my porch swing that evening, watching the mountains catch the gold of sunset. My journal rests on my lap. Today's entry is simple. The softest revenge is peace. No bitterness. Just freedom. For the first time in 35 years, the only life I am responsible for is my own. And for the first time, that responsibility feels like liberation. Thanks for watching. If you've ever felt overlooked or taken for granted, you're not alone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more stories of family, betrayal, and standing your ground.